Girls that independent, free spirit. Ooh, it's some serious. Where my girls at? We link up in a cool minute. Where my girls at? It's going down, down. Where my girls at? It's going
down. Where my girls at? Hello, hello, hello. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. How's everybody? Yes, yes, yes. It is Tuesday. No, it's Wednesday. What? It's Wednesday. No, it's Tuesday. You guys, when I tell you I've been confused all day, I got on a call today and they're like, no, it's tomorrow. Well, I'm glad it's Tuesday. It's February 1st. It's the month of love. It's Black History Month. It's all of that good stuff. We got issues. You got issues. Your host, Sabrina Goodwin Monday, has issues. Doesn't even know the doggone day of the week. And I got real issues because you know what? Two of the girlfriends are not here. Where my girls at? Well, I can always, she's here today. Katrina Harris Earl. Katrina, I best get a trophy because I think I've had more attendance than any of y'all these last few weeks. So we're about to get some trophies up in here. Hello, Katrina. I'm so glad you're here. We don't have Chrisette. We don't have Gloria, but we do have us. And you know what? We've got our tribe. It's already all right. Call in. We're talking dreams. We're talking, has your dream been deferred? Has it been delayed? Has it been denied? Or are you living your best life, living your dream? That's what we're talking about. So tag a girlfriend. Share this broadcast. Share the Facebook page. Share our YouTube channel. Call us at 313-778-7600. It's Sabrina, Katrina, Chrisette, and Gloria. We got issues, friendships. 30, 60, 90, 120 years worth of friendship. That's a lot of living, baby, and a lot of life. A lot of living. We got something to say, and we are saying it on We Got Issues. Join the conversation. Hey, Kat, how you doing today?
Oh, my gosh. I'm doing good. First of all, we have to keep holding it down. Yes, you have had amazing attendance, but give this chick a hat and some sun and a beach. You will be gone in a minute. Somebody I know so many people sponsoring the show. Let Southwest Airlines send you a ticket with a COVID-free plane and tell you to fly somewhere. You'll be like, I'll see y'all later. Your time is coming. Okay. You just stacking up vacation. We got issues vacation time. Okay. Oh my gosh. It is, we're having I know this is crazy because but you know what's interesting, Sabrina? Yesterday at your house, it was still light and now it's dark.
Yeah, that is interesting. You are so detail oriented, Katrina, to notice that. You are really, it was a little lighter yesterday. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, exactly.
It's like changing, trying to figure it out. We're having wind advisories. Now it's all relative. Of course, I live in California and Chicago. So California wind and Chicago wind is a different kind of wind, but we're having wind advisories. So they're like, hunker down. It's going to be some wind. I don't know what that means, but it's a beautiful day. Today has just been hectic. It's been busy, but those days that you had a list of stuff to do and you're like, check, check, check. You just going down the list, getting it done, being productive. And, it's just a beautiful day. There's so much going on. And this morning I got up and there was something I was like, oh, I got to talk about that on the radio. And the news just keeps happening. Sometimes you can't even remember if you don't write it down. I'm like, what was that?
That's exactly right.
You know what? It's just, so I'm going to defer to talking about dreams. And I can't wait to hear our guests talk about dreams. I've learned a lot about dreaming from you, my friend. And we made a lot of dreams come true together.
We
keep on dreaming.
We have. Yes, yes, yes. Well, you guys, I was hoping my sister would be with us she's on the radio, so that's good. Let's give State Representative Regina Goodwin, who's going to be our guest today. Regina, come on in. Yay, Regina. Are you there?
I am sitting here. Good. Well, Regina, thank you for being one of our honorary girlfriends. You're more than a girlfriend. You're my sister. And so whenever we're short staffed, like the entire USA short staff, I call on my sister. I'm going to call on my brother this month. I'll probably call on a cousin and another girlfriend, because when I tell you these girls are scattering this month, they are scattering. But it's all good. We have each other's back. So, Regina, how are you and how is your Tuesday going?
I am doing great. It's always good to be with you all, and that you absolutely right. You're my sister, so you know I'm always going to have your back. And I tell you what, I love listening to you all when you're on the radio. You all crack me up. I love what you have to say, and so it's just a privilege to be on the air with you, on the phone with you. How about that?
on the air, in the phone, around and about. How are you going to identify yourself? You don't make it hear what he's doing. There she is. Well, there's her picture. Yeah, her picture is right there. So she's right there with us. Yes, yes, yes. And so maybe we'll put that up when you talk a little bit about dreams. But you guys, I mean, and there's so much going on in the news. There's always a story that just makes my heart.
An uplifting show. It's going to be about dreams and that kind of thing. But you guys, did you hear about all of the bomb threats at 10 HBCUs today? 10 of them. I mean, they're shutting these schools down. They're locking them in. They're saying not to go outside the dorms, not having class. The FBI is involved now. And it's very serious. It started yesterday and the list continues to climb. Most of these schools are on the East Coast. And so our prayers are going out for these young people. Can you imagine going to school, getting an education, and now you're locked in because you got a bomb threat because of the color of your skin? Somebody was like, they don't know if it's tied to Black History Month. They don't really know what the deal is, but they say they are working to get to the bottom of it. Regina, what are your thoughts about the bomb threats at these HBCUs?
My thoughts are, we've been through this before, and we're going to get through this period. It's ridiculous. It's wickedness. It's being demonstrated. And the thing is, folks are trying to scare us into being paralyzed and doing nothing. And I think what they're not understanding is that this is part of our history, and it's an ugly part of our history that our mamas and daddies and grandmas and granddads and great-grandparents got through it, and we're going to do the same. So the tactics are the same. They're not very creative, and we're not going to be intimidated or scared away from doing what's right and absolutely fighting for justice. We're going to continue to do that, and we're going to keep coming in waves. They killed folks before. The generations are born again. So we're up to the task. We ain't scared. We're going to be concerned that we know God is on our side, and we're on the right side of history. So we're going to keep pressing on. That's what we're going to do.
I appreciate that. It's courageous. It's bravery. It's unfortunate that in 2022, that this is where we are. It just seems like we're going backwards. Katrina, your thoughts?
I'm switching over. I have so many thoughts. The first thing that I was thinking is, and you hate to just make judgments, but history has shown us a lot. I bet some of the people that are making these threats didn't even know about an HBCU until it's come on the scene. And it's just, I personally think that Black History Month definitely has something to do with it. But I think not the threat, but the reality of a Black woman who will be a Supreme Court justice has made, I think that has a lot to do with it right now. And as I was watching the news last night, they played a clip from Ronald Reagan talking about how it was time for a woman. This is when because he's the one who nominated Sandra Day O'Connor. Isn't that true? It was him, I'm pretty sure. And he talked about it's time for a woman to be on the Supreme Court, and how he was committed to putting a woman on the Supreme Court, which basically was the same thing that Biden was courageous enough, and we're grateful that he made that statement early on. And so I am so grateful for what you said, Regina, because it just reminds us that we continue to fight. The fight is real, and we want to think that because it's 2022, it will be different. But honestly, I think that we're on the brink of more to come, honestly. It just seems like the divide is getting bigger and deeper in America. And frankly, it's happening all over the world as we see. It's just, folks, yeah, yeah.
You read books going back 30 years ago where they talked about absolutely trying to create a race war in America. So for the very folks that have wanted to do that, they're doing what they wanted to do. They've got folks in place that can make that happen in terms of stoking the fire and putting gas on the fire. So they've got those folks out there, and so that's where we are. And so no question, Katrina, right on money. You think it's Hungary and Poland and Russia, and you've got a Donald Trump that's following a playbook. And they say they're not creative. All you got to do is, you all said yesterday, look at history, and their playbook is already there. They're just following the playbook because they know it works, right? What are we going to do? So, right, the thing is, how do we get focused, and what do we focus on? And then again, it's about continuing to fight. It's about continuing to have your peace of mind in the midst of all the madness, because I'm a person of faith. For me, that gets me through all of this craziness, knowing that God ultimately is in control. And what we're seeing right now is wickedness is man's inhumanity to man. We've been here before. So what we got to do is love more deeply, care more for each other while all the foolishness is going on, because ultimately love drives out fear.
Yeah, that's so good that you bring that up. And it's like, what are we going to do? How do we do it? And as we talk about dreams today, keeping hope alive, being about our business, making our ancestors proud. What do we do? How do we do it? Well, we got to keep dreaming. And as I was doing some research and getting ready for this show, I wanted it to be light. I wanted it to be fun. I wanted to see what was on people's mind. And then I would go back past the TV, and then there was just some heaviness. And I was just messing with my spirit. And then I started to put some music on about dreaming. And one of Atlantic Star's "Am I Dreaming" song says, things are kind of hazy and my head's all cloudy inside. And that's exactly how I was feeling today. My things are kind of hazy and my head's all cloudy inside. And so I think it's important that as we are dreaming and as we are focused and as we're moving forward and forging ahead, you've got to get some clarity in your day. You've got to get some clarity in your space. You've got to be around people who are uplifting and hopeful. If not, then you find yourself just kind of meandering and moving in circles, going nowhere fast. What were you going to say, Katrina?
Well, I don't want to gloss over the fact. I mean, Regina, I've known you for years. I've loved you for years, and I've watched you climb in your responsibility and the territory that God has given you. And we can just get, political science major, that's my first love. And we could get so caught up in the thinking that everybody that sits in the chair who is in a position of power to vote and to make a difference, that they're jaded and that they're, just wicked and evil. And hearing you talk, you literally yanked me back. Yeah, we, in terms of how we got to pray. And I'm just so grateful to hear. And it gives us hope to know that there are people that are righteous, that are doing the right thing in positions of power. So I thank you for what you do in Oklahoma. And I know that you are just a remnant. There are so many other Black women in positions like yourself that are making a difference on camera and off camera. And so that just gives us hope. And it lets us know, my conversation with my trainer right before the show was, what happens when Black women are in the room and what happens when they're not in the room. And so with your history, you are helping to make sure that history does not repeat itself, but that it is a different, a brighter, a better history for ourselves and for our children and children's children's children. So thank you for what you do. It helps us to dream. Okay. We need a lot more like you in the position.
And you know what? You all always talk about the show that you're not Pollyannish on this show. I'm not pretending that these are difficult times. What I am saying, though, is that we have never, ever allowed other folks to dictate what our mood is going to be, what our attitude is going to be, what our actions are going to be. Had that been the case, we would not be alive today. Can you imagine if folks had given up? Can you imagine if folks had turned around because somebody told them to turn around and to be afraid? So that's not who we are. And again, we just get up. I'm thankful to God that we got up today, we faced today, and let's try to put some light and some love into this day. So that's what we have. That's what we can control.
That's it. Oh my goodness, you guys. She talk about it all on We Got Issues. You're right. We talk power, we talk pretty, we talk party, but we don't talk Pollyanna. It's all purposeful. We'll be right back. We're going to pay some bills. We're coming back talking about dreams. Thank you for being here. Yes, Michael.
Boy, thank you for giving us that music. Music, my goodness, is the heartbeat of the soul. It always puts you in a mood. It puts you in a way. It changes the way you think, the way you feel. And we are grateful for all the artists who give us that music. So to our audience, we want to ask you, are you dreaming? What are you dreaming about? Are you letting your dreams go? Are you letting your dreams die in this pandemic? Some of you have just felt like your dreams are slipping away, but some have birthed dreams in the middle of a pandemic. We want to hear from you, 313-778-7600. To our Facebook audience, what are you dreaming about right now? Type in the chat. What are you dreaming about? What is your wildest dream? What would you like to do? Who would you like to be? Where would you like to go? Talk to us about your dreams. I love this poem by Langston Hughes, and it's driven me to make some of my dreams come true. Every time I think about this poem, it's like, oh, I don't want my dream to be this. What happens to a dream deferred? Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun, or fester like a sore and then run? Does it stink like rotten meat, or crust and sugar over like a syrupy sweet? Maybe it just sags like a heavy load, or does it explode? Where's your dream? What are you doing with your dream? State Rep Regina Goodwin, when we think about dreams, and I believe that you have realized some of your life's dreams, what would you say about dreaming?
know what? I want, here's what I think. I'm going to remind you of something. You might not remember this. This really just crossed my mind. A long time ago, you were working with some young students. And you talked about life and being your best self. And a little boy came up to you and he said to you, Miss Sabrina, you helped me to see colors I've never seen before. And that might have been 20 years ago, but I remember for you to be able to pour love into a child, to help a child to see beyond his present circumstances. And in his mind, his dream was in color, right? He said you helped him to see colors he's never seen before. So I think for everybody that's sitting there, that they know there's something that, whether a long time ago, they wanted to be a singer, or they wanted to be an attorney, or they wanted to be a teacher, whatever it is, there's something still that folks still want to do. And yes, I have been blessed. Some of the goals that I've set for myself, I've been able to accomplish with God's help. And you're right, you feel better, you do better when you're walking in your purpose and you're doing the things that you love. And so, yes, you literally, by becoming a state representative, I was sitting at home, literally sitting at home, looking at the TV, talking back to the TV because something was crazy on TV. And I was like, that ain't right. Why are they doing that? And I thought to myself, I was sitting in a living room looking at a TV. And that day, I hadn't even talked to you all. If you remember this, I had to talk to family about it. I got in the car. I went and I filed for office, right? Yes. I remember that so well. Yes. Yeah, there's a different way that I thought I could contribute. And that was a dream to run for elected office and win. And then that's just one of those deals. But I wanted to get back to what does it feel like when folks are really dreaming? You know, for the little boy to say, you've helped me to see colors I've never seen before. That's what dreams do. They take you beyond yourself and beyond your present circumstances, and you're happier for it, right? And when you're happy, you go out and you make other folks happy, right? Yeah. So, I like to say, I think that's what I try to do with the work that I do. And I'd like to hear, what dreams do you all have? And I know you all have accomplished a lot, but there's always something else that you want to do. You all know I'm 102-year-old grandmother always said, even at 102, she said there's always something left to do, right? Yes. So we got to get busy doing it. They say get busy living or get busy dying, right? We got to get busy living. I love that. Get busy living or get busy dying. It is a choice. It is a choice. And Regina, you're so modest. I know you want to just gloss
what
over
you're doing and how you've done it. But when you decided, like at the spur of the moment, because we were all like so surprised, I called you. Regina's like, she's my sister, but you guys truly one of my very best friend. We talk 3-4 times a day. And this day, I said, what are you doing? She's like, I'm just coming back from filing for running for office. I'm like, what office? What are you talking about? And it just blew all of our mind. And we always knew she'd be great and thought she should do that, but we didn't know she was going to do it then. But it's also something when you act on a dream. It's one thing to have a dream and then to act on a dream. And so we'll come back to you for that, Regina. But Katrina, talk to us about your thoughts on dreams.
It's so rich. Dreams, little girl dreams, and putting action on those dreams. When I think of the acronym DREAM, I think of the D being don't quit. So important. And not just don't quit working on your dreams, but don't quit dreaming. We live in such a noisy society. You got to put yourself in a place where your mind can wander. I again just said this to my personal trainer. Even though I was on vacation, I was still on the go, doing bike riding, doing this, sitting there. But there's just something about really on purpose, putting yourself in a place where your mind can wander. It's actually a really healthy thing. And trust, if you just drive on the crazy freeway, your mind gets to wandering, but it's a different kind of wandering. So don't quit dreaming. And the R is real work. It takes real work. You got to put some real work in behind your dreams. I know we all have done that. The E, I love this, elevated thinking. Some of the most brilliant people when you read their autobiographies and so forth, they really dream. They spent time dreaming. I mean, of course, the famous speech by Dr. Martin Luther King, the audacious belief. What are you willing to just believe, bigger, better, stronger, more than you've ever done? And while a lot of people are talking about what can't be done, others are believing bigger for something that hasn't even happened yet. And then the M is just make a move. You've got to move. You have to move. And so, all of that comes to mind. And then I was thinking also, Sabrina, about the fact that some people, you might get stuck in dreaming, and you just get so caught up in life happening till you forget to dream. But guess what? A dream is a succession of images, ideas, emotions, and sensations that usually occur involuntarily in the mind during certain stages of sleep. Humans spend about 2 hours dreaming per night, and each dream lasts 5 to 20 minutes. So we should be reminded that God made us to dream in our rest. We dream. I mean, can you believe that? 2 hours of your 8 hours a night, we're dreaming. So don't say you don't have dreams. Pay attention to those dreams that God gives you. Sometimes it might not make sense, but if you just get still with God, he'll show you. They even have a purpose. I don't think he would have us just dream things and they have absolutely no meaning, right? It connects to who we are currently and who we're supposed to be. So everybody has a dream, and everybody can make their dreams come true.
Absolutely. And we've got to encourage our audience, our listening audience, that it doesn't matter what state you're in. You've got to have a dream, and you've got to believe in your dreams, and you've got to go after your dreams. I know that some of our readers, our listeners, and our viewers on Facebook, Casey said, my dream is owning my own house, driving a GMC Yukon, and I want to be a Mary Kay sales director. And we believe, Casey, you can do that. You got to have a plan of action. You got to not wait for it to happen. You got to make it happen. You got to implement, put it in motion. That's what Katrina just talked about in one of those acronyms. You got to move, baby. You got to move. And tomorrow is not promised. I was thinking about that. I mean, honestly, I love this radio show because it makes me think about some things that I always think about dreaming, I do. But to delve deeper into a topic, if I'm the host, I will research and I will think about music and I will just spend more time. And so it's really been therapeutic for me to have this show. I never really dreamt I used to always think I wanted to be on television. Because that's what I'm in broadcasting, that's my major. But now God gives us a radio show to have a voice. And Regina talks about one of her dreams is having her own radio show. She's so doggone good at it. She will have a radio show. She just has to put her mind to it, and it will happen. Somebody else said one of their dreams was to be a Mary Kay National Sales Director. I mean, so many things, you guys. Owning homes. I want to start my own business. I'm working on the business plan. Each of you, you're a published author. You have a book inside of you. My husband and I are in the middle of writing a book in this pandemic. I said, doggone it, I'm coming out of this pandemic with a book. Okay. There's no way that I'm going to sit in this house all this time and not have something on paper. And so think what you want to do. Think who you want to become. Getting quiet is very important, to get quiet. State Rep Regina, we're going to bring you in before we go to break. Any thoughts on what we've talked about?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm thinking about, I remember our grandfather was 57 years old or so, and he decided to go to law school.
That's right.
That's right. Never too late.
And what year was that, Regina? That had to be in the 40s or 50s? Maybe this.
Yeah, probably in the 50s.
Okay. 50s or early 60s. 50s, early 60s. Mm-hmm.
Look, imagine that. Most folks, when they're in their 20s, they're talking about going to school, and they go to grad school and all that. He was 57 years old, you know? And so...
And Regina, wasn't he the first Black to graduate from TU Law School?
Well, she was not the first, but he was certainly among many of the early folks that did graduate there, yeah.
Okay. Excellent. I have to check that back. I think I'm right. I think you might be wrong. You don't know everything. You don't know everything. I think I'm right. Okay. All right, you guys.
We're gonna come back. We're gonna come back. We got issues. I got issues. My sister got issues. Katrina got issues. And we're dreaming with these issues. Call us at 313-778-7600. We'll be right back.
Baby, we are talking dreaming. We're powerful, purposeful, not Pollyannish. It's the girlfriends. We got issues. We're here daily, Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. We've got Katrina, Sabrina, Chrisette, and Gloria out today, but I've got my sister, my biological sister, Regina, on the line with us, and we are talking dreams. We are talking dreams, and so we want to know, what are you dreaming about? Do you really believe in your dreams? Let me talk to you about the reasons we don't dream big enough. Because some of you have said, yes, I want this. I believe I can become that. And it's been your story for a while, but have you made it come true? We want to tell you to keep forging ahead, keep believing, keep plugging. But we all have dreams, so we say, often we keep our dreams in check because we don't want to disappoint. We whisper them, we keep them quiet, we don't talk a lot about them because we're not real sure. Sometimes we limit our dreams. Well, my goodness, you guys, we serve a big God. God didn't say we had to limit our dreams. God says, dream the impossible. Impossible means I'm possible. So what are you dreaming, you guys? Stop settling for less. You deserve to have it all. Find a way, make a way. My sister and I were talking because, of course, she keeps me grounded. I am an eternal optimist. I mean, I think big, big, big all the time. And Regina's like, well, Sabrina. And I'm like, no, no, no. And so we definitely have some interesting conversations because I'm like, you can do anything, have anything, go anywhere. And she's like, well, Sabrina, everybody doesn't have that income. I'm like, but Regina, everybody can. Get you a popcorn truck, get you an ice cream truck, go sell you some pop bottles and some candy. I mean, let's get with it. Let's figure it out. Go to the airline, cheapairline.com. If you want to go to Paris, you'd be surprised how you can travel to France on a budget. So my friends, dream. So let me tell you why a lot of people dream small. This is what the researchers have said. They said that we don't dream bigger dreams because our dream is not clear. Number one, your dream is not clear enough. Do you know what your dream really is? You say you want to be successful. What does that mean? Write it down, make it plain. Number two, don't know your own limits. Many people aim too low in their dreams because they underestimate their own abilities. The truth is, you don't know your personal limits until you test them. Early on, I learned that we are like a rubber band. You stretch yourself, keep stretching yourself. You're not going to pop, keep stretching yourself, expand your mindset. Number three, the reason we dream small is we don't have the discipline to get it done. Dreams don't work unless you do, and you've got to have the discipline to do the work. Number four, now this is for real though. You don't dream big enough because you lack the expertise or skills. People let their dreams slip and use this excuse. I don't know how to do that. Well, I don't know how to do this. Well, what I've learned over the years is you don't have to be the jack of all trades. You don't have to know it all, but surround yourself by somebody who is good in that area. I mean, y'all, in this technology world, you can find out how to do a lot of stuff. I mean, people are building their own houses by YouTube. I mean, I got a girlfriend, when I tell you she YouTubes everything. It's really amazing. Number five, obstacles. You don't dream because all you think about are the obstacles in your way. Instead of being an overcomer, you focus on the obstacles. So let's focus on being an overcomer and going over, around, above, through, squeeze through the crevices if you have to get to your dreams. And number six, this is big. You are scared of failure. You won't even give it a try because of failing. And I love that Katrina has taught us ROF, getting your return on failure, that John Maxwell teaches. We have always learned that we fall forward to success. So dream, go after them. It's okay to stumble. It's okay to fall. You just got to get back up. So we're going to bring you in, State Rep Regina. When you went after that dream, when you had never run for political office before, and you just saw something on television and got up off that couch and went to file, and you ended up being the only African-American woman in the House that the first 2 years, I think, of your term. Can you talk a little bit about not being afraid of failure when you ran for that office?
Here's the real part that I'm not holding it back, but the first time I ran, I did fail. I failed when I went down and filed for office. And I lost by like 300 votes. I'd never run for office before. I was running against the incumbent. And it just so happened, after that loss, right, and there's a lot of things that goes into a campaign, the other seat opened up. And in 2 weeks, I decided to work. Just lost. I decided to run for the seat that opened up, and that is when I did win. And as you talk about, failing forward, it's about not being afraid. If you really think that God has given you something that you might be able to have some kind of impact, or that you do really want to help folks, you want to do it with integrity, and you want to help folks that are very deserving, then you keep trying. And so it's I think your point is well taken. Katrina said it. what is the return on failure? And it was the lessons that they learned. It says, what do we need to do the next go round? And it's about more folks knowing who you are and what perhaps you can offer. And then they're like, hey, you might be willing to bring me on in next time. And that's what happens. And so it is something that I think whatever somebody's dream is, what I do know is that most folks, whatever they're doing right now, however they're engaged, whatever their work is, whatever their hobbies are, a lot of times it's not really their first choice. It's not really their first love. And I'm curious what the listeners are thinking as they're hearing this conversation. Really, are you secretively sitting there saying, you know, deep down, I really did want to be a minister, or deep down, I really did want to be an artist or a singer, and we have all these singing shows on, and I can imagine all the folks that can really, really, really sing, they look at the TV and they say, I could do that. I could change that place today. Or they'll read a book or something that they know they have that skill set, and they want to do it. So the thing is, pursue your passion, and that's what I did. And you don't just have to have one dream. There's tons of things that you might want to do. And what we're saying is that life is short. I'm looking at, so we talk about this all the time. We are on the other side, and we way on the other side of middle age, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And knowing that our life is we're blessed to have what we have, but do it. You know, do it now, because tonight is not promised. So get busy on what would really make you happy, right? And all the stuff, no, I can't do it because I got to take care of such and such, or I can't do it because such and such interfere with my life, or I just had some bad breaks. The bottom line is make it work. Life, we always work things out around life. Life is always going to be happening, right? But you might as well enjoy it while you're on this journey.
Excellent, excellent. Regina, we got some first-time callers. Tell them what state you represent, what district you represent, and when you first came into office, I believe you were the only African-American woman out of how many?
Yeah. So I represent Hope, Oklahoma, and I'm in the Oklahoma State Legislature as a state representative, and there are 101 members in the House of Representatives, and when I was in there, I was the only Black woman out of 101 folks, and then there are 38 senators, so a total of 149 members in the state legislature. And so we represent the state of Oklahoma, and even today, in 2022, we only have 8 Black members in the entire Oklahoma State Legislature. So we know what it means to be up against the odds. We know what it means to be up against folks who tell them they don't want to hear about no Black history. They say, you know, we're being racist, and we're playing a race card because we have the audacity to love ourselves. So, you know, that's what it is. But in every pocket, wherever we are in America or throughout this world, we all have our individual challenges. I do think that we have some things in common in terms of how we address those challenges, and how everybody's going to have an agenda for you. That's why you have to be very clear about what your purpose is and how you plan to go about accomplishing what it is that you need to do, as opposed to being sidetracked or distracted by wickedness or folks that would have you be so, as some would say, off your game, right? Because folks they delight in having you confused. They delight in having you scared. They delight in having you turn around and go back in the other direction. So we're not here for anybody's amusement or enjoyment. We are here to enjoy our own lives. And that's the difference between when they're out here putting these bomb threats out on the HBCUs, right, and trying to terrify the parents and the students. The difference is we know that we are here for a purpose, and we're not going to be afraid to be our best selves. And that absolutely means if we're matriculating at an HBCU, there's a reason why we're there. And we're going to keep pushing. I mean, I really don't think they understand that we go through this a lot, and we build up a particular kind of fortitude to deal with this kind of stuff. We don't like it. We didn't ask to always have these challenges, but it is where we are. And so we face it, and we deal with it.
Face it and deal with it. Face it and deal with it. Katrina, before we go to break, what was...
Man, I'm saying that one of the things you got to be willing to do is kind of burn some bridges from being stuck in your old self. Be willing to dream. Just really, really, really step out of your comfort zone. I mean, honestly, there's a lot of people. This show is We Got Issues. And you could choose what issues you're going to have, because you're definitely going to have some issues. Better to have dream problems than just regular life problems. And so, I'd rather be, and I know that some people are more realists. I'm more of a realist, but I have learned the importance of dreaming. You have to think a new thought. Otherwise, you'll continue to be who you are. You'll continue to have what you have. And God wants more for you. So more after the break.
All right, all right, all right. We got issues with Sabrina, Katrina, Regina today. Missing our girls, Gloria and Chrisette. We'll be right back. We still dreaming. We're still dreaming. Yes, 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 yes. We're talking about dreams. Has your dream been deferred? Are you living your dream? Are you taking that dream off the shelf? Has the pandemic dimmed your dream? Well, the girlfriends want to encourage you. We want to support you in taking that dream off the shelf, taking your dreams. You're not limited to one dream. You can have several dreams. Dream big, dream wide, dream deep. We have decided today we're going to focus on living, not dying. It is a choice. Don't dream your life, live your dream. We're going to Regina. Regina, are you there?
Yes, I am. You know what? I just realized all the names are rhyming. Katrina, Sabrina, and Regina. Did y'all catch
Okay,
that?
so
Chrisette and Gloria might be fine. They might think they're coming back tomorrow. Right? We got a new show, Sabrina, Katrina, and Regina, okay? Because the names rhyme. That's it.
Right. And let me say this before we run out of time. I'm not trying to elbow nobody out your way. Yeah, I don't know. When you talk about Virginia got a chance to have a radio show, I don't want nobody to know I did. I'm trying to bring nobody out their seats, okay?
We got you. We got you, Sarah. We got you. But I'm going to put the girlfriends on notice. If anyone of them get too messy, too bougie, too trashy, too gossipy, well, you know what? We got a good prospect. So what you got, Regina? You got something to read to us?
You know what? And let me tell you, I love this poem. It's by C.E. Lawrence. And again, when you hear the word men, we're thinking about mankind. So we're talking about women for sure when I use this word men. We're talking about everybody, okay? But I love this. I read this years ago. It reads this way. It says, all men dream, but not equally. Those who dream by night in the dusty recesses of their minds wake in the day to find that it was all vanity, all for naught, all surface. But the dreamers of the day are dangerous men, for they may act their dreams with open eyes to make it possible. And that was P.E. Lawrence, and I love that. Dream with open eyes, right? And act on it. And that's when you're dangerous. That's when you are dangerous with a dream, when you're acting on it and in the daytime with your eyes open.
Yes. I love that.
Activate. Katrina, what you got?
Well, yes. I mean, seriously, Holy Spirit, activate. That is a prayer. Yesterday, I sat right in my office with my husband and I, and we were talking about dreams. And as I was just talking to him, I went right into prayer and just started, asking God for direction and what's the next and what does it look like and what are we supposed to accomplish this year and show us where to go and close the doors that aren't supposed to be closed and open the ones that are supposed to be open and let me not, err. I want to hear your voice. And so dreams and faith go together. I mean, you have to leap and believe the net will appear. Sometimes we are not willing to move to take the first step because we don't know what the 10th step looks like. But hearing you talk about, Regina, your goal, and honestly, running for public office is one of my dreams. And, I never took that first step. Of course, life continues to go on. Who knows what will happen in the future? But it is just so important that you understand the connection of your dreams and your faith. And so I just have to say it again. What is the little girl dream that God has put in your heart that you could take action? I want to leave our callers with just one of my favorite exercises. Grab your favorite beverage, whatever that is, with your favorite music. And if you're old school, grab a pen or a pencil. And if you're new school, grab your tablet or keyboard or, whatever it is. Some people do it in music or song, and just literally nothing else but some music and just write. Just write. What are you hearing? What are you seeing? What colors? Just what is it? What are you hearing? And start from there. And the more you write, sometimes it doesn't flow, then it starts to flow. What do you want? And think about the different areas of your life, your spiritual life. How you do anything is how you do everything. So it's not just what you dream, in terms of finances and your career, but what do you dream for your house to look like, to smell like? What car? What do you want to be? What do you want to do? What do you want to have in every area of your life? And then take action. Every dream doesn't have to be a lifelong dream. Some of it could be just a dream you could make happen this month. Some of us have had some things that have bugged us for years and years and years, and you could get rid of that and have a different story just from making a new decision to dream bigger.
So good, you guys. Let your dreams be your wings. Regina, I hear you trying to jump in. What were you going to say?
Just very briefly, just to communicate that for some folks just dream of peace, right? And it's not anything monetary or materialistic. Some folks just want peace, right? They just want to be able to go out there and then feel the breeze on their face, the sunlight on their shoulders. And some folks just want to go out and see the stars at night and peacefully, right? With a heart that's got some joy in it, right? And so how do you get there? What do you have to do? How much love do you have to have for yourself and for other folks to get there? So dreams come in different sizes and shapes, and they can be just simple and it will cost you absolutely nothing except to get, as you say, some clarity and to be willing to love yourself more than the folks around you. But love really has a lot to do with all of this, because if you love yourself enough to be good to yourself, you're gonna stretch a little bit and you're gonna make it happen. So
I love that. I love that we're talking big dreams where you are building a dream house, having a summer house, having a house for your
parents, and you're talking about dreaming of peace, going to bed at night without fret, without fear, without just the heaviness of the world. Oh my goodness, you guys. We wish that for each and every one of you. We know it's a work in progress. We believe it's possible. But you got to think the thought. You got to think the thought. You got to get quiet with yourself. You got to believe that you are worth the dreams that God has put in your mind, your God-given mind, and be able to go after them. And so we're believing that. So many of you have typed in the chat. We're going to go back and read it all. Put the dreams in action. Put the dreams in action. State Rep has told us, has shared with us so well today that when you dream with your eyes wide open, you're dangerous. And so that makes a lot of sense when they say nothing comes to sleepers but a dream. And then we hear the poem that she read, that to dream wide open means that you are ready to activate. So believe in your dreams. Go forth and serve. Find a reason to get up, think a new thought, make a difference for somebody else. Call a girlfriend today and say, girl, what are you thinking about? Let's dream a different dream. Because so many people have put their dreams on shelves. They're afraid to dream again. They think they're too old. They think they're not smart enough. They think that life has passed them by, that they have missed their window of opportunity. And you're going to be the girlfriend to say, oh no, it ain't never over till it's over. Let's get up, out, above, beyond. Katrina, last word, then we'll have State Rep give her last word as we go out.
Yes, it's time to dream. It literally can add years to your life and longevity for your family. And it serves all the prayers of our ancestors. They prayed. We are living their dreams, and we want to set it up so our children can be living ours.
Absolutely. State Rep Regina.
I think about a grandmother when she was 102 years old. A man called her house and asked if she wanted to go out to Centenarian. And she said, no, I'm going to pass. He hung up the phone and she said to me, I don't want to go out with them old people. Dream, it is about having a young mindset. It's about knowing you're never too old to be the best that you can be. And I just love that about her and her attitude, that it's a place to dream. Love y'all. I hear the music.
All right, you hear the music, baby. You know it's time to go. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place.
Thank you for giving us your time. We know you're very, very busy. Prayers for you as you get ready to go into session next week. We know it ain't nothing nice. Keep dreaming. Keep fighting for the people. We love you. Katrina, it's been unreal. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place. Try. Go be great. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.